Hello everyone, and welcome. Some of you may recall the video I did a couple of weeks ago about going to check out an island for hammock camping. Well, this is the weekend. It's Canada Day long weekend. We're about to hop in the canoe, paddle out to the island, and start setting up. Join us. See how the weekend goes. We made it. We're on the island. Now it's time to set up. So let's get that done, and then I'll bring you back and show you where our sleeping arrangements are going to be. So now we're all set up. Anne's on my right here, and I'm on my left. And there's a nice breeze coming right through, and it's blowing right through all the tarps. So we should be nice and cozy tonight. Anne did a beautiful job setting up her hammock all by herself. So now that camp's set up, we decided to just go out and take a short ride on the canoe. Paddle around just a little bit. When we get back to the island, I'll try and turn the camera on and paddle around the island and give you a little view of what the camp looks like from the water. You can start to see camp over Anne's left shoulder there. There's Anne's hammock set up, and mine is right behind hers in the next two trees. Paddle out a little ways and turn around and see if we can get you a view from the other side. And here's a view of the camp from the water on the other side. That's my hammock that you see there. And Anne's flapping in the background. It's going to be a great spot to spend the weekend. And this is why we always carry a first aid kit. Anne stepped out of the canoe and she stepped right onto a rolling rock. It rolled and flipped her right out. She ended up with both feet in the water, but leaned up against the rock with her leg.
So now that I've injured myself, I get to sit for 2 days.
So this is the culprit right here. This big rock moves just a little bit, but this one has a lot of... And when we were trying to get the canoe out of the water and put her foot on this rock trying to get to this one, and this one rolled and her leg came off the rock and hit this rock. So she scraped her whole leg, but she whacked her shin too. It's not broken, it's tender, it's sore, she'll be okay. But she's a little bit mad at this rock now. Good news is, the canoe's nice and safe, and it didn't feel a thing. So now that we've got the hammock set up, time for me to jump into my stash of wood. This is all that wood that I had picked up a couple of weeks ago when I did the other video. So I'm going to get this out of here. Well, at least some of it. I got a spot over there, I think, in the shade. I'm going to bring a few pieces over there and start cutting some wood. And the wind picked up, and it doesn't seem to want to die down. But Anne's leg is feeling better. She went and had a nap this afternoon. While she was napping, I decided to cut all that firewood that I had brought here. So we got a ton of firewood for tonight. Lighting a fire on this island, this dry lichen is everywhere. So I can't foresee a problem at all. The only problem I can foresee right now is trying to keep everything from blowing away in the wind. Hopefully this wind dies down a little bit later. Nope. There should be just enough wind that I probably won't have to blow on this at all. And that should be it for that. So we'll let that burn down. Hopefully we're just low enough behind the rock that's over there that it'll block some of the wind once it burns down a little lower. I brought burgers for supper tonight, but I forgot to bring our big grill. So I'll let this burn down. I'll pull out the little grill, and I brought my cast iron pan, so I'll be cooking the burgers in the pan tonight. Okay, I hope you can see me. It's dark and all I'm using is the headlamp as a light. So it's Canada Day long weekend. Today is actually Canada Day. So I'm going to try something. Hopefully it works for you guys. I brought one small little box of fireworks. I'm going to climb down the rock and I'm going to light it down at the bottom and have it shoot over the lake. And I'll see if I can catch it on video for you guys. Luckily, that doesn't bother Lucy at all. Loud noises don't scare her, thank God, because then we could do fun stuff like that. Happy Canada Day, everybody. Hopefully you got to see that. Now we're going to sit by the fire, relax a little bit, and probably head to bed soon. It's been a long day. Have a good night. Morning, everyone. It's a little breezy this morning. When I got up, there was not a stitch of wind. The water was just like a piece of glass. It's beautiful. I thought, great, it's going to be a fantastic day to fish in the canoe. By the time I had my breakfast and made myself a cup of coffee, so much for the nice mirrored lake. Every now and then the wind gusts and you get whitecaps on the river. I don't know if I'm going to be fishing in the canoe much today. Hopefully it dies down this afternoon. Oh well. We're going to have our coffee. And then fart around here for a little bit. Maybe do some fishing off the rock. So here we are, ready for lunch. I made some toast. I pre-cooked the bacon a little earlier. We were going to have BLTs. Now we're just having BTs because the lettuce went bad. Tomato, some bacon. Would you like a slice of cheese?
Sure. BC cheese?
Oh, wow. If you're going to go through the hassle of making a bacon and tomato, you may as well have cheese in it. Bit of mayo. Slice of tomato. Bacon. And a slice of cheese. Perfect. I keep waiting for the perfect time to take the canoe out and do a bit of fishing. Every time the wind dies down, I start to get ready, the wind picks up again. And once again, wind's been dead for a little while. I get everything ready, and as soon as I get here with the camera, the wind picks up. If I keep waiting for Mother Nature, I'm never going to get any fishing done. But I know there's a bay down here where the rocks should be blocking me from the wind. And I know if I go around that point, there's another bay on the other side. So I think I'm going to take my chances and go for a little ride, see if I can maybe catch a few fish. I don't want to bring the camera because if the wind picks up too much, I don't want the camera to end up in the river. But I brought my small action cam. I've got it set up at the front of the canoe. I'll turn that on and hopefully we get something decent on video. I caught a nice pike and a nice, really nice bass. So I went and cleaned those up way down over by where we launch. That way the smell of it isn't here on the rock. Don't want to bring any bears around. There's not enough fish there for just fish for dinner. So I took out my small frying pan and I put just a little bit of bacon grease in there. I'm going to fry up some peppers, red, green, or red, yellow, and orange, I believe, and a little bit of onions. Then I'm going to boil some water and I'm going to make some egg noodle bow ties. Once the egg noodles are cooked, I'll transfer the veggies into the egg noodles and we'll have that with the fish on the side. Should make for a fantastic dinner. So let me get ready and start frying the veggies. So once again, I've got the fire burning at the back and I'm just pulling coals under the pan as I need it. We pre-cut some onions. Throw some of those in there. And again, we pre-cut the peppers. Oh, there's green peppers in there too. Perfect. Green, orange, and yellow instead of red, orange, and yellow. And once those are just about done, I'm going to set up, I've got my other grill. So I'll set up the other grill and start boiling the water for the noodles, and I'm going to start prepping for the fish. Of course, while I'm hard at work cooking and just down the rock fishing. Oh well, if she catches more fish, we're having fish for breakfast. The veggies are almost done, so I'm gonna put this other grill on. See if I can get it semi-straight. So that we can start boiling the water for the noodles. Already got the water in the pot. Wow, hey, that's hot. And it's slipping. The joys of cooking over a fire that's built on the side of a rock. Everything's on a bit of a slant. There we go. Oh yeah, that's definitely boiling. And they're not bow ties, I lied. They're spirals. But they're still like noodles. So we'll toss those in there. Bring that to a boil. And I think I'm going to take the veggies off of here because they're pretty well done. And I'm going to just place them on a rock over here where they'll stay warm. And then I'll put the cast iron pan here and start heating up that oil so that we can cook the fish. There's not quite enough bacon grease, so I'm going to add a little bit of Mazola vegetable oil. That should be much better. Now once that's good and hot, I brought some fish crisp and we can start the fish. So Anne wanted hers with just the noodles and the vegetables. My mic cut out, so I don't know if you got it. But I added Alfredo sauce to mine and warmed it up. Put a couple of pieces of fish in there. And that is going to be a fantastic dinner. So, we're going to sit and eat. Oh, that fish is fantastic. Oh, so are the veggies. Yep, the veggies and pasta was a very good idea. All right, so we're going to eat and we'll see you a little later. Dinner was amazing. The sun's going down. I already carried most of the stuff back to the other end of the island and stashed it back there so that if it does attract anything, it's at the other end of the island. Now we're going to sit back, have a beer, watch the fire, and enjoy the rest of our evening. We'll see you in the morning. Well, we've come to the end of another fantastic weekend. How's your leg?
Sore.
Yeah, it's scratched up pretty good, but the worst part is she banged her shin and it's tender. But you'll live.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Other than that, it was a great weekend. We were kind of wishing that we would have brought a little bit more fireworks. I brought one box just thinking, it'll be a cute little thing to do. And we were wishing we had brought an extra box or two. Yeah, maybe next year we'll do more. And I caught that pike and bass yesterday. Those were delicious. But now all that's left is we're just about done packing up. We got to carry it to the other end of the island, load it in the canoe, and head for home. We're just going to sit and let that fire burn down a little more, put it out, make sure it's good and out and safe. Then we're going to head out of here. Thanks for joining us. Always wonderful having you along. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you on the next one.